Bienvenue dans ce cours de panafricanisme, niveau. Aujourd'hui, nous allons étudier, Decolonizing the Cartographic gaze. Je vais t'expliquer ce sujet pas à pas. Installe-toi confortablement et sois bien. Commençons par one introduction. From childhood, we learn about the world through maps. But these maps are not innocent. The Mercator projection, still dominant in schools, media, and atlases, systematically reduces Africa to a fraction of its actual size. This terminale level course offers an epistemological deconstruction of the map. How has the representation of Africa been falsified, why, and what are the consequences for the African psyche? From the critique of cartographic neutrality, J.B. Harley, to the decoloniality of the gaze, Fanon, Mudim, Mignolo, we will see that seeing Africa at its true size is a political and liberating act. Voici quelques méthodes et astuces pour t'aider à mieux comprendre et à retenir. To decolonize your gaze, 1. When you see a map, ask yourself what projection is used. 2. Systematically compare the size of Africa with other continents. 3. Use the truesize.com to visualize real overlays. 4. Read critical cartographers, J.B. Harley, Mark Monmonier, Dennis Wood. 5. Teach these notions around you. Collective awareness is the first step toward liberation. Example, context, on a standard Mercator map, Greenland appears as large as Africa. Process, in reality, Africa covers 30.37 million square kilometers and Greenland 2.16 million square kilometers. Consequence, this distortion creates a false perception. A nearly uninhabited Greenland seems to dominate a continent of 1.4 billion people. Example, context, 14 European powers partition Africa without any African present. Process, the maps used are Eurocentric projections. Borders are drawn with a ruler, ignoring ethnic and geographic realities. Consequence, these artificial borders are still ours today, sources of conflict. Example, context, in 1973, Onno Peters presents his projection that respects areas. Process, UNESCO and the UN adopt this map for education. British schools use it in the 1980s. Consequence, a global debate erupts over which map to teach, revealing the political dimension of cartography. Exercice numero 1, which cartographer invented the projection that bears his name in 1569? Première proposition, A. Arno Peters. Deuxième proposition, B. Gerard Mercator. Troisième proposition, C. Hajime Narakawa. Quatrième proposition, D. Ptolemy. La bonne réponse est la deuxième proposition. Explication, Gerard Mercator created his projection in 1569 for navigation. Exercice numero 2, what is the actual area of Africa? Première proposition, A. 10 million square kilometers. Deuxième proposition, B. 20 million square kilometers. Troisième proposition, C. 30.37 million square kilometers. Quatrième proposition, D. 40 million square kilometers. La bonne réponse est la troisième proposition. Explication, Africa covers 30.37 million square kilometers. Exercice numero 3, how many times larger is Africa than Europe? Première proposition, A. 1.5 times. Deuxième proposition, B. 2 times. Troisième proposition, C. 3 times. Quatrième proposition, D. 5 times. La bonne réponse est la troisième proposition. Explication, Africa 30.37 million square kilometers versus Europe 10.18 million square kilometers is equal à 3 times larger. Exercice numero 4, how many times smaller is Greenland than Africa in reality? Première proposition, A. 3 times. Deuxième proposition, B. 7 times. Troisième proposition, C. 14 times. Quatrième proposition, D. 20 times. La bonne réponse est la troisième proposition. Explication, Greenland 2.16 million square kilometers versus Africa 30.37 million square kilometers is equal à 14 times smaller. Exercice numero 5, which geographer theorized that maps are instruments of power? Première proposition, A. Yves Lacoste. Deuxième proposition, B. J.B. Harley. Troisième proposition, C. Mark Monmonier. Quatrième proposition, D. David Harvey. La bonne réponse est la deuxième proposition. Explication, J. B. Harley, 1932 to 1991, showed that maps serve political interests. Point important à retenir, every map is a political construction, not a neutral reflection of the world. Point important à retenir, the Mercator projection, 1569, preserves angles but distorts areas. Point important à retenir, Africa, 30.37 million square kilometers, is 3 times larger than Europe, 10.18 million square kilometers. Point important à retenir, Greenland appears as large as Africa on Mercator but is 14 times smaller. Point important à retenir, Africa could almost contain USA plus China plus India plus Europe entirely.